Hey guys, very good evening to all of you. Welcome to the video number 526. In this video today we are going to talk about the Excel VBA interview questions, and I'm going to actually discuss here three important questions which can be asked if you are appearing for an interview. But remember guys, this is not the basic Excel VBA test, and this is neither the intermediate level Excel test. This is actually the super advanced level test, right? So this is going to tell you about the PowerPoint, what sort of questions they can ask you if you are appearing for maybe a very high the role, right? If you are going for some manager position or sort of that, then maybe they can ask you about the connectivity part, because remember guys, Excel VBA is very important. It becomes very special when it comes about the connecting the other applications with the Excel. Now be it PowerPoint, be it MS Word or Outlook or MS Access or SQL Server, Excel VB can do everything. And to support what I'm saying, if you are following this channel, you know that we have got so many videos on all these different topics. Well, if you are new to the channel, then you're watching youtube.com/c/Ajay Kumar Parmar, and this is 526 video. Remember guys, this is the playlist sequence which you need to watch, which you are seeing right now in front of this in front of your screen. Excel VBA, Excel Access and Access VBA, 4 categories. Recently I have added one more category, which is Outlook VBA. So you can go and check that Outlook VBA tutorials. That's the playlist name, and under that playlist you'll find 4-5 videos right now. We have just begun with that, right? So I was talking about all these series. You can see quickly Excel VBA Access interview questions. In this you will find 50 plus videos on the interviews on the different topics, and this video also I will upload there. If you don't have any idea about the PowerPoint guys, no worries, you can see this is the playlist and you can watch there, go and watch those 10-12 pretty awesome videos on the PowerPoint. And similarly for the Access we have, and the MS Word we have. So we have actually almost every topic covered. There's just one topic which is left, which is called the web scraping, and of course the connectivity with the SQL Server, and that I'm gonna cover very soon, right? So let's come back to today's topic. So these are the three questions, and they are going to be very interesting for you. I will try to create these pretty awesome codes in front of you, and try to give you the insight on that. So we can quickly go through all these three questions. So the first question is how to create a slide in a PowerPoint, right? Now there's another question, how to add 5 slides on one click. Please create a macro. Then we have the third question, how to create slides as many as user needs. So maybe here we can ask the user input, and then you can run the code. Now these three questions basically this is coming from my personal, actually the assignments which I give in my personal trainings. Now the thing is, why I'm actually asking you these questions, because many times I have received emails from you guys, and you guys, after watching that playlist, the PowerPoint, connecting PowerPoint, you have I found somehow that a lot of people struggle in actually making the logics, that how to make the more slides, how to keep just one slide, how to create as many slides, because obviously in the PowerPoint you work with the slides, so you should be knowing that. So I'm gonna try to help out those subscribers as well. So guys, the first thing which we need to do obviously is we go to the Visual Basic. Make sure you go in the tools and the reference, and this is going to be the early binding method. So I'm going to click on the M, and these are all the libraries which are alphabetically sorted. So I'm going to click on the Microsoft PowerPoint library, and they're all alphabetically sorted. So let me see that. I think it has to be above. Yeah, this is where it is. Just select that, click OK, and make sure you one more time come back on the tool reference, and you see that library that has to be there, right? So PowerPoint 16, because I'm using the Office 16. If you're using different version, no problem, you just need to select your own version, right? So in this way we are telling the Excel VBA that we are going to work with the PowerPoint. So then the VBA will give us a lot of help. When you press dot operator, you will see the PowerPoint objects, and that way you can access its properties and the methods, right? So let's go ahead and first of all do the question number 1. So I'm going to write a question number 1, and now So the first question is that how to create the slide, just one slide, right? So one slide, to create the one slide. Now guys, though I have explained this in my all those videos, you must go and watch that. It's really great fun. But still, because we are watching this video, we are talking about this video, and many of you may not have seen that playlist, and many of you may have joined the channel recently. Now I want to tell you one thing. What is the best thing to learn the VBA? Or I think any programming language, right? You see guys, these all programming languages are obviously, you make the programs where you make the programs inside the applications, right? Or the database, whatever you want to call it, right? So be it Excel, be it Outlook, MS Word, PowerPoint, or maybe Access, or maybe SQL Server, right? In SQL Server, though we do not have any VBA, but we have the SQL. But the idea is, when you write the programming, like when you make the websites also, what do? You write the PHP, you write the HTML code, right? HTML is not though a proper language, right? But still, I mean, you write the things, behind the the applications. So there is a place, there is a platform, right, where you go and write the programs. Now every programming language is actually deals with the object, right? For example, let's talk about this Excel. Let's not go really far. Now in the Excel, if Excel is considered as an object, guys. Now in the Excel, which is the biggest object, you then further go and you have the workbooks, isn't it? So you have the workbooks, then after the workbooks you have then the worksheets, right? After the worksheets you have the range and the cells, and then there are so many things. Now same way, so if you want to be master in Excel VBA, you should be knowing that how the object hierarchy is. So from where to start. In other words, if I have to write something in a cell, the first thing is I have to go to the sheet, and if I have to go to the sheet, obviously I have to be on some workbook, right, on that particular workbook. And if I have to be on workbook, how is it possible if you don't have the Excel installed on your machine, isn't it? So that's a kind of the objects we are supposed to know that. It really helps a lot. Now similarly in the PowerPoint, I'm gonna tell you the hierarchy. Let me just make them bold. So guys, in the PowerPoint also, you always you should know that if you're going to work with the PowerPoint, these are the things, important things. The first biggest application is the PowerPoint, obviously. Now in the PowerPoint, then we have what? We have the presentation, right? Now presentation is what? I'll just show you when we're going to work on this. And then you have the slides, and then you have the shapes, and then blah blah blah. But this is the hierarchy in the PowerPoint, right? And you must follow this, because what does that mean? Well, that means the same thing which I said in the Excel. It applies to the PowerPoint also. Now you cannot go and work with the shapes if you don't have the slides. You cannot go and create the slides if you don't have a presentation added in the PowerPoint, and you cannot add a presentation if you don't have a PowerPoint, right? So that's how the hierarchy actually forms. So this is what we need to remember. Now let's quickly go to the Visual Basic, and then I'll help you out. Now the first thing, the PowerPoint. So we have to declare our PowerPoint. I'm going to declare this as PPT. You can write whatever you want, right? As long as it does not start with any numeric or it does not contain special characters other than the underscore, you're fine, right? And also you can't use any VBA reserved word. Now I'm not here to talk about obviously the basics. So let's go and do the PowerPoint.application. So we have to create the PowerPoint application. So this is how you create, and obviously the PowerPoint which we need to create, that's going to be the new application. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make that visible for you, right, so that you can see that. So you can also write true or MSO C2, that's okay. Now the moment I run these 3 lines, what will happen in the background, you will see the PowerPoint, but that is going to be absolutely of no use, because it is just going to be the layout, right? So look at this. If I run F8 here, the PowerPoint is going to be visible, but that is not, right now its ribbon is not activated. You can see if I click here, this is just the layout, guys, right? This is not going to work, right? These all the options under the ribbon, they are de-highlighted. Now what we need to do after this, now as I said that after the PowerPoint you got to create the presentation. So let's quickly go and say that, let's say my P press is my presentation. Now this is how we write, because presentation is a part of PowerPoint. That's how we write, guys. PowerPoint.presentation. I'm gonna add this. So this is how you write. Now presentation is a part of PPT, obviously. So you have already created the PPT, which is when I say PPT, I mean the PPT object, right? The PowerPoint, actually I should say. So PowerPoint application is already created, and this is how we write presentations.add. Now once you're going to add the presentation, look at this, what will happen, guys. You can see in the background, I just go and run this code again. Let me just pull it back, right? I hope you know that you can run the code like this as well, and no need to press, you know, reset and again F8. You can rerun the code, just pull it back. So I press F8 and let's see that. Now you see that the moment I run the code, you have the presentation added, which is actually telling you that click to add the first slide. And this is what I said. Now the turn is to add the slide. So we will quickly go and say that p slide, let's say, or maybe ps as PowerPoint dot slide. This is the class we're going to use, and then you simply write your ps is going to be equals to. Now slide is a part of presentation, right? Presentation is a part of PowerPoint. This is how the hierarchy is going, which I, you know, discussed with you. So I'll say that the presentation, and then in the presentation the slides. Okay, in the slides, now you're gonna add the slide. So you're gonna add the slide using this, you know, using this add method, right? Just use the add method, don't use the add slide method. I know that when you press add, you don't see the add here, right? Like for example, when you press dot operator, you don't see here add, but the add will still work, right? It's coming from the 2003 version. So index means that what is that slide number? Obviously it's a blank PowerPoint, blank presentation, so the slide number is gonna be first slide, right? So this is the number of the slide. This does not mean that if I write a 5 then or 3, it is going to add the 3 slides. No guys, remember that this is a very confusing point. So let me just repeat that. Writing 3 does not mean that you are going to add 3 slides, or the VBA will create the 3 slides for you. No, you will get the error. In fact, if you're going to write here 3, VBA will take it as number third. So how the number third is going to be, you know, existing if you don't have the 1 and the second number slide? So if you don't have the first slide, second slide, how can you go to the third slide, right? So you will get the error, and the error will be that the index out of range, right? So make sure you write here 1 because we want to add 1. Now you can choose any of the layout, so I'm just going to choose the blank layout, and that's it. Now I just pull it back here and run this line again. Now you can see that your slides are added, guys, right? So this is your question number 1. Right, now what is the next question? Now the next question is how to add 5 slides on one click. Now what you can do here is quickly, so further I'll just answer this question. I'll try to answer this question over here. So guys, you can, or maybe let's just quickly copy this. I hope you can pause the video and you can note down this code. All right, and so this is what I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to paste it here. Now this is my question number 2. Right, before this, you know, there is another video which I have uploaded just in case if you're interested in checking the Outlook questions, the connectivity Outlook questions, you know, which you can be asked in your Excel VBA interview. Then please go and watch the previous video, the video number 524 or whatever it is, right? The previous video to this. So now here, I know if you're thinking that I just go and paste this code, you know, 5 times, then let's go and check that. So I'm going to paste this quickly, and obviously after the 1 I'm going to add the second slide. As I said that this is the index of the slide. These are not the number of the slides, right? So if I just go and, you know, run this quickly again, guys, let me just quickly run this code, and let's see that if we can create the 5 slides here. All right, the code is run, and I go and see that. All right, so you have got all the 5 slides, right? So this is the another method. Now what else you can do? Let me just close this. Now the another method, you know, which I would prefer, not really prefer, but I think that's the elegant way. You can simply say that for I equals to 1 to 5, and then you can say that next I, right? Because, you know, you're creating 50 slides, so it's very awkward to copy and paste this code 50 times. Rather than that, you know, we can simply just, you know, copy this line and we can put this line over here. And to make this one dynamic, because right now it is a constant, I can simply say that this is going to be I, and you know that I is going to change every time, so you will have the new slide getting added, right? So these the lines, you know, which I have written here, I can just comment them. They are not required, guys, so just let's comment them out, right? So that the VB should ignore. Now when you're going to run this code, so this is how it should work. Variable not defined. Well, this should not work like that. We need to definitely declare a variable over here, right? So I just go and declare the variable here, and let me just go and, you know, just increase the height of this so that we can see the entire code. So there we go. I go and run this code now. Let's quickly run this. There we go. So you have the PPT visible, and now this is gonna run 5 times. So look at this, guys. The first PPT, the slide is created because your I is 1. The next time when you run, obviously it is a for next loop. So I hope you know the for next loop, right? So we're gonna have this, right? So we're gonna have this I as 2. Now the second slide is added, the third slide is added, and this is really a good way, because now if I even just go and write 50, you know what is gonna happen? Look at this. I'm gonna hit here F5, and wow, beautiful. You have got here 50 slides, guys. Can you beat that? It is so wonderful, isn't it? I'm sure you're loving this, aren't you? So this is the second question. Now let's talk about the last question, one of my favorite. How to create the slides as many as user want. Now the first thing is, maybe you can link this 50, you know, with some cell. Maybe you can say that this has to come from the sheet called, let's say, sheet 1, right? And you can say that range a1 dot value. Now this is also fine, guys, because if I just go and say that I just want the, let's say, 3 slides, I can write, my user can write here 3, and the moment I run this, you know, when I run this, what will happen? This is gonna pick up 3, and then obviously I is going to run 1 to 3. So if I just click here, you know, this is what is going to happen. Well, this is also a good way, but you know what I will do, I will prefer a more elegant way, right? So what we can do, instead of this loop, so let's just you know, let's just copy the entire code, and let's just go and paste that over here. And so let's just go and paste that here, and we're gonna name this as question number 3. So now what I will do, instead of first of all, let's get rid of this, guys. Let's quickly remove that. Now I don't want to run this loop, or maybe, yeah, I mean, that's also okay. You can run the loop, but instead of that, you know what we can do, we can simply say that this is going to come from my variable called var, right? So we declare here a variable called var. I'm just going to write here var as string, as long. Okay, now what I will do, I will keep the input over here. So I declare the var actually in the top, so I just go and you know, cut this line. I want to pop up the input box, so I'm gonna write here var equals to input box. If you do not know the input box, please go and watch the Excel VB input and message box playlist. You'll find everything about the input box, and the message box is there, right? So enter number of slides you want to create, right? So sort of that thing you can write there. Now what will happen, this is the input box, so you're gonna get the input, and then that is what you're gonna use here. So look at this, what will happen. This is a very nice way, you know. So I can say that I just want 40 slides, for example, right? And I just go and click OK, and now the rest of the code is going to work. So this line, when works, this loop actually is going to work 40 times, and 40 times your slide is going to be created, added, you know, because this I keep on changing from 0 to 1 to 2 and 3 and so on, right? So if I just run this quickly, you see that the first slide is going to be added, then second slide, then third slide. So this I keep on changing, right? So we have this, and if I press F5, you will have all those 40 slides created in, I think, 5-6 seconds, right? So we have got all the slides created here in front of you. I hope this tip is, again, you know, beneficial for you, and this is also going to enhance your knowledge, so you can do whatever you want, right? So these are all sort of these codes, right? So that's it, guys, for now. You can pause the video, you can note down this wonderful code, and then this is the question number 2. You can again pause the video, and now this is the question number 1. So do practice on it, and let me know if you face any difficulty. I'll see you in my next video, and do subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to click on the like. Thank you so much for watching. A big cheers to all of you.